Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So recently I've been helping my dad out to organise his shed, and he needed somewhere to store his garden tools. So in this video I'd like to share with you how I made a really quick and simple garden tool rack slash hanger.
So I started off by having a look through my box of bits and bobs, and I picked out some old hooks. These are some old tool hooks and some other little hooks, coat hooks, key hooks, things like that. Anything that would be useful for hanging tools. And I found these rubberized big hooks too. All these can be picked up on the internet really cheaply. So I wanted to make them all look uniform, so I decided to spray all of the hooks and hangers black. Then I picked out a nice thick piece of old beaten up pallet wood, and I made some marks with a scrap piece of wood along the top and the bottom, and this would give me some lines to work with when attaching all the hooks and hangers. So then just by eye I started to place all the hooks and hangers out to get a rough idea of where I wanted them to go, and then I started to mark up ready to drill pilot holes. And I just used sort of equal spacing here, nothing fancy. I also made some marks to drill some holes to attach it to the wall. Now I just needed to drill all of the pilot holes ready to screw the hooks in. Then I used a round over bit in my trim router just to round over the edges. This isn't necessary, but it only took a couple of minutes and it made everything nice and smooth. I then gave everything a rough sanding down. And I had some grey fence stain. I thought that would look good, so I gave it a couple of coats of that. Then it was time to start screwing in all the hooks, starting off with the biggest ones. These should be good for hanging things like rope, bigger items on. And then sort of the main tool hooks. Great for hanging things like rakes and spades. Then I added the smaller hooks. And to attach it, I wanted to use some nice large wood screws with some small washers. So I'm adding these now, ready to take up to my dad's shed. So So now I'm back at my dad's shed, ready to install the hanger. So I started off by making a mark at one end, offering it up to the wall and drilling to make a mark. I could then drill the first hole and add a plug. So once the first screw was attached, I could then move the other end and use a spirit level to make sure everything's level. And make the second mark. Now I'm just double checking before adding the last screw in to make sure it's nice and level. And I decided to add a third screw in the centre just to make sure it never comes off the wall. So then my dad could start to get some of his tools and things onto the hanger. And that was the hanger complete. I decided to make a second hanger and add it to the wall next to the first one.
So that's about it for this video. Now my dad has somewhere to hang all of his garden tools. I think the project worked out quite well in the end, and really quick and simple to do. So if you'd like to try it for yourself, why not give it a go? So if you found this video useful, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.